Hello. Today I'm going to talk about something that's really transforming both the ways we learn and the way that we report news. It's artificial intelligence or AI. AI is no longer science fiction movies. It's now writing articles, grading papers, summarizing research, and it's even helping people learn new skills. It's changing what happens both in the newsroom and the classroom. And sometimes it's doing so in some pretty cool ways, and sometimes it really makes us stop and think. We'll look at the newsroom first. So, some news organizations are actually already using AI to write stories, producing articles really almost instantly. For example, the Associated Press uses a program called Wordsmith to write hundreds of sports articles and reports on company earnings every week. The Washington Post even created its own AI tool called Heliograph, and that writes short story updates. Was used in the 2016 Olympics and even in the election. So AI also helps reporters to get behind the scenes. It analyzes large amounts of data. It spots the trends in the news. It verifies information much faster than a human could, really. And, the journalists are also using it to kind of investigate, do and check into fake news, check the credibility of online images and videos, and then just using AI to make sure that the information that they're receiving is accurate. There are some downsides, of course. AI can write the articles, but what's happening to the entry level writing jobs? If we're not careful, AI might really kind of overtake that role. It might spread misinformation as well, just as quickly as it can create the news. It can create real news. It can also create fake news. That's why the human oversight factor and ethical standards still matter more than ever before, really. Now, let's take a look at AI in the classroom in education. So, classrooms and campuses across the world really are using AI tools such as ChatGTP, Grammarly, and Conmingo for tutoring, writing feedback, and research help. Um, Using AI, people are able to adjust lessons for each student, to accommodate their pace that the student moves, and they're able to use those tools to help explain complex topics in simpler terms so that more people can understand. Um, it's really an incredible learning partner. It helps people to brainstorm ideas, structure essays, and even understand the more difficult material a little easier. Uh, but it does bring some challenges. Some students might rely too heavily on AI for assignments, and it really starts to blur that line between what is learning and what is simply cheating. Um, so that's why schools are also having to focus more on AI literacy. It's not just about teaching kids or teaching students to use AI, but also teaching them when and why to use it. So, whether we're talking about the newsroom or a classroom, it's very clear that AI is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. And, it's not about replacing the journalist or replacing the teacher. It's more about teaching people to work smarter, not harder. The real challenge really comes from learning to use the tool ethically and leaving room for creativity rather than just leaving it all to a machine. And the future of journalism and education, it's not just man versus machine, which is better. It's about combining man and machine working together to make the information faster, more clear, and more accessible for everyone.